Graham Stephan's housing math, right numbers, wrong conclusion. Graham Stephan says buying a house makes no financial sense. His math is actually correct for the next 2-3 years, but he's missing the 30-year picture that will cost viewers hundreds of thousands in wealth building. Hi there. I'm Ella Gurfinkel, senior loan officer with 30 years of experience and over 2,000 families served over my lifetime. And today, I'm going to do something unusual. Agree with Graham's short-term math while showing you why his long-term conclusion is not just wrong, it's financially dangerous. Graham's viral video shows that renting is 50% cheaper than buying right now. He's not wrong about today's numbers. But wealth building isn't about optimizing this year's cash flow. It's about the next 3 decades. Let me be clear. Graham's current market analysis actually is mathematically sound. At today's prices and interest rates, the monthly cost of ownership significantly exceeds rental costs in most markets. So let's use Graham's example. A $410,000 median home with 20% down at 6.2% interest rate costs approximately $2,000 in principal and interest, plus $340 in property taxes, another $170 in insurance, and roughly $340 in maintenance. Total monthly cost, $2,850 per month. That same home might rent for $2,200. Graham's right, you save $650 monthly by renting. Over a year, that's a whopping $7,800 in cash flow savings. But here is where Graham's analysis stops. And that's the problem. He's optimizing for monthly cash flow while ignoring wealth accumulation over time. Graham treats mortgage payments like rent, money that disappears forever. But that's fundamentally incorrect. Of that $2,000 monthly payment, approximately $1,200 goes towards principal reduction in the early years. That's $14,400 annually in forced savings that renters do not get. Yes, you're paying more monthly, but you're also building equity automatically. Over 10 years, assuming modest 3% annual appreciation, that $410,000 home becomes worth approximately $550,000. Your mortgage balance drops to $240,000. Your equity, $310,000. The renter who saved $650 monthly and invested at 7% annual returns would have made approximately $110,000. The homeowner built $200,000 more wealth despite higher monthly costs. Graham's analysis assumes static costs, but that's not how inflation works. Your fixed mortgage payment stays the same, while rent increases annually. At 3% annual rent increase, that $2,200 rental becomes $2,950 a month in 10 years. Your mortgage payment? Still $2,000. By year 10, the homeowner is paying less monthly than the renter. Now, this is the power of fixed-rate financing that content creators often miss. You're borrowing today's dollars and repaying with tomorrow's cheaper dollars. Graham dismisses the mortgage interest deduction, but for many homeowners, it's substantial. On a $328,000 mortgage at 6.2%, you would be deducting approximately $20,000 annually in interest. Come on, seriously, that's a chunk of money. So for someone in the 24% tax bracket, that's $4,800 in annual tax savings. Over 30 years, that's $144,000 in tax benefits that renters never receive. Yes, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act reduced the benefit for some, but it's still significant for most homeowners. To be fair, Graham's advice isn't wrong for everyone. If you're planning to move within 5 years, renting probably makes more sense given today's transaction costs and market conditions. If you lack discipline to maintain a property or handle repairs, renting eliminates those headaches. If you prefer maximum flexibility and liquidity, renting does just that. But if you are planning to stay put for 10 plus years and want to build long-term wealth, homeownership still wins, despite higher initial costs. Graham's short-term math is correct, okay? But wealth building requires long-term thinking. Yes, buying costs more today, but over decades, homeownership typically builds more wealth than renting and investing the difference. The key is running the numbers for your specific situation, your time, and your market. Don't make a 30-year decision based on this year's cash flow analysis. If you want to understand how the math works for your situation, book a consultation. I'll show you the real numbers, both the cost Graham highlights and the wealth building benefits he misses.